Hello there. Let's learn how to cover a cake with fondant. Because of the time, we went ahead and rolled out a piece of fondant. We kneaded it up till it was about, the right consistency to start to roll. And as you're rolling it, you want to make sure that you're lifting it and pulling it up so it's not stuck to the mat. All right? Now, I'm going to cover a 10-inch cake. You say, how much fondant do I know I need? Well, if you've got 10 inches across, 3 inches on one side and 3 inches on the other side, this piece of fondant needs to be at least 16 inches around. All right, so what I've done is I've rolled it out, and I'm a little over that all the way around, so I should be good to go. Now, a little trick you can do is you can take a ruler and mark little inches on the sides of your mat, and that'll give you an idea as well. You can mark it one way and then mark it the other way. Then that way you don't have to keep a ruler with you. Alrighty, we got it nice and rolled out. We know that it's not stuck. We do want to make sure there's a little bit of powdered sugar on here. A little bit on a rolling pin, because what we're going to do is we're just going to roll it up right onto our rolling pin. Just kind of gently, not allowing the rolling pin to come undone. We're going to take our 10-inch cake. We're going to lift. We're going to make sure that this side is covered, and then we're going to simply unroll the fondant over the top of the cake. All right? Now, what I'm going to do is pull it a little bit closer towards me. I don't like to do this process on the turntable because the weight of the excess fondant tends to tear and pull the fondant away from the cake and also damage the fondant. So what I'm going to do is just lift the fondant and push it up against the side of the cake. Right? I'm just going to turn it around. I'm going to lift and press, getting rid of all those wrinkles. Lift and press, pulling your way around. Trying to do this so you guys can see this. I think we got all the bubbles out and the wrinkles. So what I'm going to do, because I'm not supposed to cut on my mat, I want my mat to last me a while, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to slide it right over on top of this cardboard. Make sure I'm good and flat again. And I'm going to use my pizza wheel or my pastry wheel. Make sure you're aware of where the nut is so you don't damage your nice work there. So I'm going to cut that as close as I can. And then away I go. All right, now probably going to put a little bit of a border on here. I'm going to make sure it's standing nice and tall, smooth out any imperfections that I've got here. And then there's my cake. It's nice and covered. I'm going to make sure that I knead this back up, put it into a plastic container so I can use it again later. It's all reusable. Put that away. Now this would be the point where you would actually use any of your crimpers. But this is the time you would do that. You'd start, and all you do is this is what measures the depth or the opening. So you want to make sure you hang on to the ring. And then I would just simply press it into the fondant and squeeze. Press it into the fondant and squeeze. And this is what makes my border. I'm going to do a couple of them just so you can see. Let's try this one. I'm going to press it in and squeeze. Press and squeeze. And if you're not sure on where you're doing this at, you can take a piece of ribbon and kind of tape it to the top of this, and that'll mark a nice little edge for you so you make sure that you get it in the right spot all the way around. Now that we've got that done, I'm going to take a little bit of, get the crimpers out of the way, I'm going to take this and thin it out just a little bit. Probably should be a little bit thinner, but this is where I would actually use some of our cutters. And I could do any kind of designs or patterns. We have round, we have little flower cutters, which I could take and then just press right into there. It should stick. There's all kinds of plungers out there, cutters, you can do round cutters. You can see here where we've taken some ruffled cutters and actually outlined them after we place them on the cake. Fondant's extremely fun to work with, and it's really unlimited to your imagination, so have fun with it. If you have any questions about this session or any bakery craft products, please visit us at bakercrafts.com. For bakery crafts tips and tricks, I'm Elizabeth Riggs.